Hey there guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to take a look at a couple of Nomad cases for the brand new iPhone 14 Pro. And a big thanks to Nomad for sending these out for review. So I've got a couple of cases to show you here today. I do have two of these sport cases, the modern leather folio and the modern leather case. So let's go ahead and start with the sport case. So this is the sport case, and this comes in 4 different colors. It comes in black, lunar gray, ash green, and marine blue. This is available for all the new iPhone 14s, so the iPhone 14, 14 Plus, 14 Pro, and 14 Pro Max, and they come in at a price of $39.95 each. Now on the front of each of these, you can see the color of the case. It is the sport case, of course. On the back here, it shows some more views of the case. It does say premium scratch-resistant finish, anodized metal buttons and TPU bumper, and slim design with 6 feet of drop protection. All right, and here they are. So as you can see, we have the lunar gray and the ash green, and these are nearly a mirror finish on the back, so super duper shiny, but it looks really, really clean. On the back, you can see we do have a raised lip around where your camera is going to be. One other thing to note here is that the buttons are color matched. So it does say they are aluminum. As you can see, the ash green is ash green, lunar gray on that one, as well as the volume buttons on the other side. These do have a very thin profile. Of course, the camera bump is going to stick out. Same thing with the phone itself. These are also MagSafe compatible, as you can see on the inside, and you do have a nice felt lining on both of these cases as well. So really, really nice. Now, as mentioned, these do have 6 feet of drop protection, so you can tell that these are pretty rigid cases. They're not gonna have a lot of bumper support like some other cases, but it does offer 6 feet of drop protection, as I mentioned. Placing our new iPhone 14 Pro in the case, it's pretty simple. Go in from the left and clip it into place. As you can see, here's our side profile. So our camera is completely protected, so whenever you put your phone down, that is completely protected. We also do have a little bit of a lip of protection around the front as well. And if you want to check the fitment all the way around, it is nice and tight all the way around the case. So it should fit pretty well. So it might be a little looser where there are cutouts, but for the most part, it is pretty nice and tight. And taking a look all the way around here, you can see it does kind of have an indent on both sides. Still feels nice and grippy. Our buttons are nice and clicky. And then we do have a kind of small hole for the silent switch, so you do kind of have to get your finger in there a little bit. So I would like that to be a little bit wider, but buttons feel really nice on this. And of course on the bottom here, you can see that our ports are nicely cut out as well. So as you can see, it is perfect for our speaker, mic, and lightning port. Now, while this is definitely a beautiful color, you can see that just after a few moments of me using this is a fingerprint magnet. So that's just one thing to keep in mind, but this ash green is absolutely beautiful. And here's our lunar gray. So this is gonna be exactly the same as the ash green, but as you can see, we do have those really nice aluminum buttons. It is gray on this one, still black all the way around, and you're still gonna have the same lip on the camera as well as on the front. So overall, just a really nice case, but of course, gonna be a fingerprint magnet. Not sure how well this will fare over time because it is shiny plastic. It might get scratched over time, but still really beautiful right out of the box. All right, the next case I want to show you is the modern leather case. So this is part of their new leather that they're offering. So they still offer the Horween leather as an option for this. However, this version is a little bit cheaper. So this case comes in at $49.95. It does come in more colors. So it does come in black, brown, English tan, and natural. The ones I have here are the brown, English tan, and natural. And then I do have the black here in a different model, which I'll show you in just a moment. But that'll give you an idea of the new leather colors that they have available. These are available for all the iPhone 14 models, so the 14, 14 Plus, 14 Pro, and 14 Pro Max. If you did want to get the Horween leather versions of these, it is just a little bit more at $69.95. Now, as you can see on the back of these, it does show day 1, day 100. So of course, as their Horween leather, it will patina over time, and it will take its own unique character as it ages. So it does say on the back, full grain, sustainably sourced leather, air bumper for 10 feet of drop protection, and has MagSafe and wireless charging capability. All right, and here are all the colors. Now, these are different cases. So this is for the Pro model, these two are for the Pro Max, and this is a completely different case. But I want to give you an idea of what these new leather colors are going to look like. So of course, traditionally with the Horween leather, you would have just 2 colors, black and rustic brown. The brown looks very similar to rustic brown. The black, of course, looks pretty similar to black. They have had at times this natural color as well, but this new tan is very new. This English tan is very new, so that is a nice looking color. I really like this one a lot. So hopefully this kind of gives you an idea of how this is going to look. So here is our brown. So it's a very nice dark brown, looks very good, very similar to the Horween leather, smells just great as usual. This is our English tan, so it's a little bit tanner. So this one will probably patina very well. Of course, we have our natural, and that one's very, very, very light. And then we have the black, which is a pretty traditional looking leather here. And taking a quick look around this one, so as you can see, the entire back is made with this really beautiful leather. We do have a outer rim for the camera, so that will protect the camera. And on the inside, you can see it is felt lined, and we do have MagSafe compatibility. Popping our phone in, we'll take a look at the rest of the case here. So as you can see, our camera is completely protected, so we can put that down on a table, not have to worry about it. We do have a slight lip around the edge of the front of the phone as well. And we do have a really nice thin profile, of course, with that camera lip sticking out. Now, as you can see on the side, we do have our button covers, and they are nice and clicky. And again, this one does kind of have a small opening for the silent switch, so you kind of have to get your fingernail in there. And then on the other side, we do have a nice button cover for our power button, which does have texture on it, so you can feel it really easily. And of course, checking out the bottom, you can see, of course, our ports are nicely cut out. Going around the case to feel its fitment, everything feels really, really nice. Of course, anywhere that has a hole or button is going to be a little bit looser, but it is really nice and tight on there. And again, this one does offer 10 feet of drop protection, but this is an absolutely beautiful case. Any of these leather case options are going to be beautiful and patina great with time. All right, the last case we'll take a look at here is the modern leather Folio. So this one is the new leather. They do have a Horween leather option also. It's going to come in two different prices. If you get this new leather, it comes in at $59.95. If you get the Horween leather they've used in the past, that comes in at $79.95. So with the new leather, comes in two different colors, comes in the black, which I have here, as well as brown. If you get it in the Horween leather option, that comes in black and rustic brown. Now the Horween leather only is available for the Pro models, so for the Pro and Pro Max. However, if you get this new leather, that is available for all the iPhone 14 models, so the 14, 14 Plus, 14 Pro, and 14 Pro Max. And on the front here, you can see we have a picture of the Folio closed. On the back, of course, it has a picture of day 1 and day 100 showing how this will patina with time. And it's this full grain sustainably sourced leather, has a removable leather magnetic clasp, and an air bumper for 10 feet of drop protection, so very similar to the modern leather case. Also has card slots and a slot for your and taking a look at the case from the back, you can see it looks very similar to the modern leather case. We do still have that rim around the camera, so that will protect your camera. And as you can see, it does close shut with the flap. And on the inside, we do have a little slot here, removable magnetic clasp. And it says scan QR code for install instructions. So we'll look at that also. You can see we do have 3 card slots built in, as well as a slot for cash. And on the inside of here, you can also see this is felt lined just like the modern leather case, and it does have MagSafe built in. So go ahead and pop this in and take a quick look here. And it is also just as easy to pop in just like the modern leather case. And as you can see, that bump around here does protect your camera. So put it down here, your camera's protected. We do still have a nice lip around the front as well. I didn't pop it in all the way. But as you can see, we do have a little bit of a lip around the front. So you can put this back if you wanted to use your phone. The silent switch is a little bit small of a cutout, but it still is easy to get in there. Buttons feel nice and clicky. We do have that texture button just like on the modern leather case as well. On the bottom, we do have nice cutouts for our lightning speaker and mic. So the QR code does take you to a video that shows you how to install this, and it's pretty simple. So you have a little slit right here on the side of the case, and you have to basically pull this through. So what we're gonna do is just put this through here. So once you get it through a little bit, you can pull it through all the way. And as you can see, it does catch. And then when you wanna close your phone, you've got that magnetic clasp right there. So that is pretty nice. So you can use your phone and then just close it. And I did want to show you how this looks with cards and cash inside. So I do have 3 cards and a little bit of cash here. So obviously this slot is not large enough for the cash to be completely flat, so you will have to fold it when you put it in here. But you can fit 3 cards in here comfortably. And then of course you have that magnetic clasp. And then this is how thick that's going to be with 3 cards and cash in there. So still not too bad. The iPhone 14 Pro Max is a little bit bigger, so you might be able to fit cash in there folded out. I'm not really sure. But from what I can see here, this is really, really nice and compact. So if you want to use your wallet on here as a folio in your phone, looks really, really nice. I think that will work pretty well. So that is a quick look at the modern leather folio. Alrighty guys, so there you have it, a quick look at the sport case as well as the modern leather case and modern leather folio from Nomad for the iPhone 14 Pro. So of course, a lot of these are going to be available for all the iPhone 14 series of phones. So if you're interested in any of these, I'll leave a link down below where you can check these out. Any questions or comments, feel free to leave them down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.